Page 12, Bear Dance. 4/4 time. Got one flat, so an F major or D minor. Well, let's see. Let's look at the end. Kind of sounds D minor to me. So I'm going to guess it's a D minor. Right hand first. Eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and that's tied. Hang on to it. That's pretty much it for a good portion of this. Let's go second line, third measure. Come down. You're lifting up between each of these slurs anyway, so lift down and move. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next measure, come down some more. You got rest, you got time to move. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what? Well, let's look at that again. This is the third line down. It's the second and third measures. You're starting out the second measure from a tied note from before, so it's 1, then you play the E's on and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Then you have a rest on 2. So it's 1 and 2 and. Then you 3 and 4 and. Let's syncopate it. Again, second measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Isn't this wonderful? Now, this fourth line down, third measure. You go way up here. You got plenty of time to get up there, and it's here. It's little finger. This is the same as you did at the beginning. You're just an octave higher. That's all. Left hand. Let's see what happens here in the left hand. You down here. Come down. I recommend a second finger on the G. Really, all I'm doing is just moving the little finger around. That's all. I'm keeping the hand still. Now they're slurred. So if it's easier for you to use 1 and 5 on everything, that's up to you. But I prefer the other finger. This is a 2. Second line, you're ending the first line here, and come down. I'd still use second finger on the F. And then here you can do 5-1 on all of these if you'd like. Connect them as best you can. Then the fourth line down, you're down here. That's still, again, I'm using second finger on the G. It's the same thing you were playing before, except now you're an octave lower. That's all. And then the last line, the third measure over, you're down here. And then again, a 2 on the G, so you're ready to go here on the chord. And then lift up for the eighth notes. You can, if you'd like, to play that chord with 4-1, then your little finger is available for that C. That's fine too. Then put the hands together. What do you got? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Fourth, that is rather repetitious, that's most of it. The articulation I've already talked about, it's the slurs. Lift up between the slurs, and you got slurring going on both hands. This left hand, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So let the wrist lead this. It doesn't have to be a real big motion. I exaggerated for you. It's however you feel it. Let the wrist lead it. And then you got other slurs going on in the right hand. Add the dynamics. Well, it says it's loud. I think that's more for the right hand. You're staying more or less loud. You can get a little louder and softer in there until the last two measures of the second line. Now you come down a little bit. Down to a moderately loud. Just come down a little bit. And then the third line, you'll notice the last three measures. First you got that swell. You come back down. So you go up to a loud and then come back down to a medium. You have to feel that. Get to know the piece well enough that you can feel that. Then you're crescendoing again. Up to loud. Now it's kind of hard on piano. You gotta watch out. Don't get, yeah. You have to listen. This is where listening comes in very carefully. We want the right hand to be loud. That's what we want to hear. This left hand isn't really loud. It shouldn't be, because on a piano, you can the bottom, the bass notes, the low notes, they come out loud all by themselves. The high notes, that's hard to get those loud. You got to extra work on those. Well, now that the left hand's low and the right hand's real high, that makes it worse. We want to hear the right hand, so listen to the right hand. Get your loud going here. And keep the left hand softer than that. So you may have to play this left hand at a moderately loud or a moderately soft when the right hand comes in. Now you can play the first couple measures, but then when the right hand comes in, come down on the left hand. Stay there until the last measure. You're going to go up to a very loud. Good luck with that. And it with an accent. So that's, as far as speed goes, heavily, I don't know, metronome 108, somewhere in there, I'm guessing approximately. It's not exact. You have to work it up to that speed. How fast? I don't know. Type thing, about that fast? Yeah, you experiment and see. I'm sure there's recordings available on this. I prefer not to play it for you. I would rather you play it and get to know the piece, get to feel the piece. How do you think it should go? I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do dynamics. But we've got to make sure the notes and the rhythms are correct. So I'll give us 4 counts. Let's do it together. 1, 2, ready, and go, and.